Hi babies, good morning. Hi pickles, hi cuties, hi sugar butts. How are you? Good evening, good afternoon, whenever you find this message. This is a general message, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I have to keep an eye on my plant because I just moved it and I'm fearful it'll fall. This is a timeless message, so whenever you find it's the right time, it is general, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Use your own discernment, use your own intuition. It's like slowly moving. The wall is holding it up. Sorry. All right, if you are triggered, that is a wonderful place to look for where you need to release and heal and give love to yourself. So stay open and stay curious, okay? All right, babies, let's get into it. The song I got on shuffle is Stinkfist by Tool. Something has to change. Undeniable dilemma. Boredom's not a burden anyone should bear. Constant overstimulation numbs me, but I would not want it any other way. Just not enough. I need more. Nothing seems to satisfy. I said I don't want it. I just need it to breathe, to feel, to know I'm alive. Finger deep inside the borderline. Show me that you love me and that we belong together. Relax, turn around and take my hand. Can't sing today. I snored so hard last night, so my voice is all jacked up from it. My snoring woke me up this morning, so I'm not singing too well today. I can help you change tired moments into pleasure. Say the word and we'll be well upon our way. Blend and balance pain and comfort deep within you till you will not want me any other way. But it's not enough. I need more. Nothing seems to satisfy. I said I don't want it. I just need it to breathe, to feel, to know I'm alive. Knuckle deep inside the borderline. This may hurt a little, but it's something you'll get used to. Relax, slip away. There's something kind of sad about the way that things have come to be, desensitized to everything. What became of subtlety? How can this mean anything to me if I really don't feel anything at all? I'll keep digging till I find something. Elbow deep inside the borderline. Show me that you love me and that we belong together. Shoulder deep within the borderline. Relax, turn around and take my hand. And the first card that I got here is Impromptu in reverse. So this is like about an addiction, the song, to me anyway. What I'm getting here, it's like there's an addiction somewhere to almost making it like difficult. It has to be painful. There's just been so much extreme that it has to be more extreme to feel something. And with it being impromptu in reverse, I'm seeing that as it's an addiction to being in control. You know, you can't you don't want to be surprised. You don't want to, or a person, you know, take it how it resonates, but stay open and curious for sure. There's an addiction to this like over control, to where it's like the only way that, you know, life feels good is when you get into this like extreme controlling state, like even down to like manifestations, or, you know, especially if you're intuitive, sensitive, Oh yeah, and we have rebirth in reverse. So there's some like clinging to control that's keeping you from jumping into this next timeline where, you know, you want all these manifestations to come in, and you need to change your vibration to get there. There's some clinging to control still. Ooh, and that's patience. There's some impatience there with the give it time. And I'm seeing mostly that it's like the ego like talking you out of like being hopeful and staying patient through this. And the reason why this isn't coming in your manifestations, you know, whatever, you're not jumping this timeline where, you know, you don't have back pain or whatever anymore, because you're clinging to some sort of control. The ego is clinging to some sort of control, and this is all you know. And so it's almost like you're addicted to the chaos, the pain, whatever transpires from you and your ego being in control and perpetuating the same pattern, the same, you know, Groundhog Day, if you will. Like, you know, it's the same thing every day, but I'm seeing it as like it getting more and more chaotic. And the reason it's feeling more chaotic and out of control is you're raising in vibration, so it's becoming more apparent that there's something off, that this isn't good for you. But there's still this cling to, I need to be in control, I need to know what's coming next, I don't want to be surprised, I don't want to be caught off guard. That's also, I'm seeing that also, that there may not be you trusting your intuition. And I have 444 on my clock when I just looked. Trusting your intuition to just duck and dive and dodge with, you know, these impromptu, these surprising things. It's like you don't trust yourself to handle those situations well. And that's why we're still clinging and not going into this rebirth, into this new timeline where you're fully into this new version of yourself, because there's some sort of clinging and constraint, which is that old part of yourself, that ego allowing you to, and that happens to us all. It's meant to, it's programmed, it's made to keep us safe. And so if we keep perpetuating the same thing over and over again, it's safe because we can at least know what's going to happen. And that's why you want to know what's going to happen instead of being patient. And once again, with that impromptu and give it time, both are wanting to know right now what's happening, what's next. I want to be ready. You are ready. You know, it won't come in unless you're ready, right? And there's that trusting yourself, trusting that you're ready, trusting what's happening is just divine order. So there needs to be some surrender. Oh my goodness. And we have look within. Damn it. We have look within, and see how she has like the key in her heart space. You can trust yourself, and that's the number 22. I'm called to say that. I'm sorry. I haven't coughed like very much, but for some reason, must have been all the snoring I did. So we have yellow, orange, and blue on this image on her, on this card, I should say, because it's not all on her. So I'm seeing that solar plexus, having confidence in yourself, and since we have the orange, which is sacral chakra, that's your ability to create, and those blending together, and then using your throat chakra with the blue to speak it into existence. You've prayed for this, so you're being asked to pray. You know, if you're having a hard time with, okay, I'm needing to be in control, like Holy Spirit, spirit team, whatever, give me a sign, universe, give me a sign, give me something so I can keep on this right path and, you know, like you'll always get what you ask for. If you ask for a sign to let you know you're still on the right path, you'll get it. You just have to ask for it and believe that you'll get it, and, you know, be willing to see what it is. You know, if you're really not on the right, if you kind of fell off, and you need to go back. And I would say, like, there's no wrong path. You can choose whatever timeline you want, but let's say your highest timeline that is going to lead you to your highest vibration. And I'm just getting that you really need to trust yourself. You need to trust your intuition, that you have all of the gifts, all of the ability to do this. And you deserve this. And because that ego can bring, you know, that insecurity, stuff like that. And that, you know, stirs up fear. And then we're just going super low vibration and then pushing our manifestation further and further away with, and, you know, it can switch up just as easily by just getting back into a higher vibration. But, and we have the maze here. So I'm seeing that. See, I was like, oh, it's hard to get to that bed with all of that. Like, I just want to go to sleep, but there's all this maze I have to follow to get to my bed. I'm seeing that as like, there might be some surprises, you know, it might feel like you're falling off the path or you're getting distracted or whatever. That's all part of the divine order, because you're being placed, you know, you might be put somewhere or delayed somehow to where you run into the right person to get the message that you need to go somewhere else, you know, to give you, it's all part of the process. It's all, you know, it's like a scavenger hunt. And you might be getting caught up with the maze and, you know, the rat race of like, oh, well, I need to like obsessing about your manifestations, or like, how do I get ready? What do I need to do? Which is all good. But I'm seeing with this dancing card in the reverse, that you're not getting yourself into that high vibe by just going to mess around somewhere, going to jack around, go dance somewhere, go be like, have fun. You're getting caught up in the like doing the work for your manifestations, and like you're taking it too seriously, and that's actually pushing it away because it's lowering your vibration, because it's almost like you're turning it into a chore or into I'm seeing it like, if I don't get this, I'm gonna die. Like you've put so much intensity and seriousness on it. Like it's like something that should be fun, but you're making it into like tactical training where like, if you don't pay attention and learn everything, you're gonna die. So there needs to be some lightening of the, and that might be what you're clinging to, is my manifestation needs to come in exactly like this, or I need to act exactly like this, or, you know, there's some sort of like control and boxing in, like harboring in, stifling something on how it needs to look. And that's actually a lack mentality. That's, you're not allowing the endless abundance, the infinite abundance that can transpire. So oh shit. Oh, Nine of Swords in reverse. So yeah, there's some anxiety that needs to be like that needs to be just like dampened. I'm I'm getting that you're thinking about it too much, that it's becoming stressful when it's something you genuinely desire and you love and you look forward to, but you're like stressing yourself out over it. What other advice do they have? Ace of Coins. And then interestingly, as I pulled that up, this spun into the upright. So that's asking you to just really watch your thoughts and go do something that's gonna like be fun. And if you're like, you get caught up in like the stress, or like you get like that pit in your stomach when you're going doing something fun, you need to really observe your thoughts and release that, because that's probably what's keeping you in this other timeline where you don't have what you want immediately, essentially. Because you don't want to be surprised. You're like, I need to be in control, I need to know what's going on. If I'm gonna keep putting energy into this, which to some extent is good, but when you start getting into this like insidious, like fear, anxious, controlling energy, that's pushing it further and further away. And we have the Ace of Coins. So that's just knowing you have the ability to grab opportunities at any time. And maybe letting go of like that one big manifestation that you're like obsessing about, and just being open to like magic, popping in your lap. Have like a neutral standpoint and like use your voice again and be like, okay, let's see what magic can happen today. I'm open to anything. I'm neutral to anything. Let's see what will transpire for my greatest good. And, maybe staying neutral in that will help you get into a better like energy and trust in yourself that you can manifest and you can bring things into fruition with this Ace of Coins, this Ace of Pentacles. What other advice for them? And once again, I'm seeing with this card, that Ace of Pentacles, see how there's like that dark cave? I'm seeing, and like the dragon's face is like facing away from it. There's that fear of the unknown that's blocking you from jumping into this timeline. What do you mean by the Hierophant? Yeah, that's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure. So we have the Hierophant, and see how like he's got like a little dragon on a puppet dragon. Excuse me. And then we have the Eight of Swords with that. So you're getting stuffy and like stuck in some sort of belief system. And with it being a puppet, there's definite control going on. It needs to be this way. I needs to happen this way. And that's that ego wanting to be in control and not be surprised and, embarrassed or hurt or anything of the sort. But you have the ability to overcome that. You can will yourself into this. You can will yourself into a new timeline. Damn, Ace of Wands, so 2 aces out here. Yeah, just getting excited. You can use your power in this, like, maybe follow like some creative pursuit, or like go do something that's gonna kind of pull you out of this kind of grind mode. So like go fuck around somewhere, go do something wild and fun. To get you out of that like stuffy mode. And I'm seeing that as like your willingness to be open to like, oh, what magic will transpire today. And seeing that miracles can happen will kind of like help your ego chill out, essentially. Or, you just getting more control and not listening. Yeah, we have the 3 of Coins in reverse. And since I yawned then, like you're exhausting yourself by wanting to be in control and like puppeteering this whole thing. Like maybe you need the reminder that, you aren't fully in control. Yes, you co-create with, it's a partnership with that 3 of Coins. and you're all trying to do it by yourself, and you have to give some leeway, some space to let the universe do its thing, to let Most High do its thing. Yeah, you're essentially not being a team player. You're like, I can do it all on my own. And I just heard somebody's gonna be like, oh, well, that's not me. I whatever you were gonna say. I highly suggest that this may be a very insidious tactic that you do. You've undone a lot of the control when it comes to manifesting, and needing to like know the answers, but it's like your ego has warped it into a new way that you don't catch it as easily. So I ask that you stay open and curious so you can actually catch this and switch into a new timeline where you're not doing this like control tactic, puppeteering, needing to know all the answers type of thing, so you can bring in your manifestations and, keep raising in vibration. And we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. I'm going to throw one more on that. With the 5 of Cups. So there needs to be a burden laid down about this. Like, I'm getting that you may feel that you need to like put more work into it so you don't get disappointed, so you don't get it's not lost. But I'm getting that you just need to lay this down. You've done enough, you put enough energy into it, and in fact, like, you're like smothering it at this point. Like, it's like putting too much wood on a fire before it gets like going. Like, you're snuffing it out before it's ready. And we have the Devil at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, definite control here, obsession, just you're not letting the energy flow like it needs to, because it's like, well, I want it to come in exactly how I want it to. Like, I don't want to get taken off the path I'm expecting. And you might be very intuitive and, psychic even. That you can see that what path it needs to take and how it needs to go. But I suggest that you remind yourself that anytime that you see a pathway, like being psychic or whatever you want to call it, intuitive, reading the energy in that way, even tarot, you're picking a certain timeline and seeing what would happen on that timeline. Things can shift. You can use your free will and the law of assumption to shift you out of that. So just as I'm here, I'm reading a timeline where your manifestations come in sooner by doing this. So this is how you shift into this next timeline. And that next timeline, yeah, so staying open to like, okay, I got the vision, I had a dream that this happened and it needed to happen this way. You might be in a whole different vibration to where you left that old timeline behind, and now you need to allow this new timeline to like pick it and choose it to where you can get your manifestation sooner. You can get this better, quicker, whatever you want to call it, more powerful, even better than what you have expected. And that's by accepting that and reminding yourself that different time. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm burping all of a sudden. Where was I going with that? Oh, yes. So by accepting that you can switch into new timelines at any time. Yeah, you may have had that vision. You knew that was the trajectory, but that was an old timeline. And now you can jump into a different one. We're all straddling. If we keep popping back and forth to different timelines where you stay in control and, oh, it needs to be this way. It needs to be this way. That's why you're frustrated and agitated, because you're in a higher vibration, you're in a different vibration, and you keep jumping back into this old timeline and you've already felt what it felt like to be in a higher vibration and a better, lighter timeline where it's things just come in quicker, and then you're bouncing back to this old timeline, and that's why you're getting this agitation, and you can't handle it as well. Like, it doesn't feel as good because you're more sensitive to lower and heavier vibrations, and you're feeling that. And that's why you're feeling this frustration, like, what the fuck, like, why isn't it happening? Because you're falling back into this old habit of needing to control and puppeteer how your manifestations, or, you know, whatever you're wanting to bring in, or just simply raising in vibration and just feeling better. You're trying to control that. And there might be a mindset with this 8 of coins in reverse that it has to be like hard work and you gotta grind. You can jump into a timeline where it's not like that. Anything is possible. You just have to believe and release these limiting beliefs, release these chains that are on you, holding you in a lower way of thinking, essentially. I couldn't think of the word I wanted to use, but a limited way of thinking. Like, you're letting your mind get into it versus a feeling. And oh my goodness, the King of Swords. Yeah, so when I said mind, you're letting your mind get into it and muddle up everything when you could be using your intuition, because the King of Swords is very intuitive also, if he chooses to be. And that, especially with like the bubbles and the mountains, and like, that's just you being able to, yes, you've witnessed this happen, witnessed that happen, and things haven't worked out in the past. It's really easy to get caught up in like the collecting of the data and everything. But you also have witnessed miracles, and there needs to be a highlight of that. Like, I'm a magical being. I have witnessed miracles all the time. And that would be a good test to do, is like, okay, let's see what magic transpires today, and just be super open and, you know, very observant today, or whenever. Oh, my voice is getting all funky, huh? Whenever you choose to do this exercise, but it'd be a very good exercise to remind yourself how intuitive and how magical you actually are, and you can bring stuff into fruition. And especially with you being like, let's see what happens today. And I'm open to all magical things, miracles that happen for me that are aligned with only pure source. Let's see what happens. And then just by you staying neutral in that like gives you, and like just being like excited, that's gonna help you bring anything in. And then it'll give you that like reassurance. Oh yeah, I am magical, I am intuitive, I can believe, you know, in myself and in my powers to make stuff happen. Anything else? Because I gotta go. Justice. So get balanced. And I'm also seeing that as like you riding those damn timelines again with the the scales. So getting balanced, observing your thoughts, and being open to like, damn, I guess I did jump back into that old timeline, and maybe that is an addiction for me, to be in control or comfortable, you know, whatever, like submitting to my ego a little bit, instead of using my will to overcome that and show my ego that it is safe to live how we want to live. One more on that justice, please. Oh, King of Coins. So make sure that, in reverse, so make sure that you're not just like getting caught up on like material things. There might be some internal spiritual work that needs to be done. And that's probably another thing that's holding you back, is like just almost this obsession that, like, check your motives to why you want something so bad. Like, you know, you say you want to make $1 million. Why do you actually want to make that? Because there might be some sort of lower vibrational push to be like obsessed with that needs to be released. It's totally okay to make as much money as you want, but there might be some like controlling or superficial reason that you want it, and it's holding you back because it's lowering your vibration by the drive to want this thing. And obviously gratitude is where it's at, baby. Gratitude all day. That's going to get you in the right vibe to just bring this shit all the way in. All right, babies, I love you so much. I hope you have a fun day and your little magical test, little experiment works so amazing that you're like, it's gonna work, bitch. It's gonna work. But you have to be open and neutral to whatever comes through and see it as a true miracle. All right, babies, I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.